Thank you very much for that wonderful singing introduction. I wasn't quite expecting it, but you never know what's going to happen. So I'm up here because this brings us to the end of LCA 2020. It's been an excellent week from what I've seen. I hope you've enjoyed it all. But we've got a few things to go through before you can get to the ice cream at the beach. So, first up, we would like to start by going through our charity raffle. Bushfires have been burning across Australia for quite a while over the last few months, and they've affected every state and territory in Australia recently. We've had, unfortunately, a number of deaths. We've had a lot of houses lost. We've had a lot of people affected. This includes some of our volunteers, some of our speakers, and some of our other attendees. So we are trying to help out in a small way by giving all of the donations from our charity raffle this year to the Red Cross Bushfire Appeal. So the Red Cross are doing a lot of wonderful things. They're supporting people at evacuation and relief centres. They're registering people so loved ones can contact them. They're providing psychological first aid to reduce trauma and distress. They're providing food, water and relief items to people cut off by the fires. They're conducting welfare checks, and they're providing emergency grants to people in need. So, without further ado, we have closed the raffle, and I think it's time to go through who might have won this wonderful prize that Raptor have donated to us. So, we are very lucky to have Raptor donate this Power 9 system. Raptor is a member of the Open Power organisation. So it's a completely open hardware stack and a fully open software stack. You get everything up there. So, a drum roll, please. The winner is Paul Waper. So, luckily, we are shipping all the prizes to all the people. So, Paul will still get this wonderful prize. We also have a number of other prizes. So we've got 8 No Starch Press ebook vouchers. We've got a bag from Fastmail. And we have an extra, I forgot to put it on there, sorry, an extra LPI exam voucher. So, I'm going to read out the names quickly, and we will send all of this through to the relevant people. So, LPI voucher goes to Michael Cassanti. Sorry if I pronounced your names wrong. Fastmail voucher goes to Hugh Blemmings. Redraw. Do you want me to? Okay. Well, by redrawing, I actually got Miles, who was just up here. So.
That doesn't seem sus at all.
So, Miles, you now get the Fastmail voucher. No Starch Press, we have Paul Morahan, Adam Baxter, Chris Smart, Jan Schmidt, Paul Waper again, Ewan McNeil, Audrey and Keys Cook. So congratulations to all of those people.
How much did you raise?
We're getting there. So I know that you're all interested to know how much we raised. $14,342. Which, of course, when we add on Linux Australia's match, that goes up to $24,000. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone for buying raffle tickets. This will help those people a lot, and I'm sure they will be very grateful for it.
Sponsors. The conference wouldn't be here without the wonderful support of our sponsors. First up, one of our Emperor Penguin sponsors, IBM. Big round of applause. And Western Digital, another of our Emperor Penguin sponsors. Our King Penguin sponsors, ARM and ARNet. Royal Penguin sponsors, Red Hat, Google, and SUSE. They get a bit more airtime while Joel deals with it. Our Adelie Penguin sponsors, Avon, FreeBSD Foundation, Salesforce, Linux Professional Institute, Technology One, and Tridium. Our Fairy Penguin sponsors, OzCert, Catalyst, Sendio ThinLink, and ThoughtWorks. Thank you.
And thank you also to ThoughtWorks for running the Women in Open Technology Breakfast.
Our Outreach and Inclusion sponsor, Google. And our in-kind sponsors, Ubico, GC Hub, Destination Gold Coast, and Clearly IP. Yay.
And our contributors, Amaze Communications, Planet Innovation, and the Department of Human Services. We're all here today because a long time ago when LCA started, this thing called Linux Australia was born out of it. And I'd like to thank Linux Australia for their support once again in helping to run linux.conf.au. With that, Sarah.
Hello. How are we all? I was going to start this with how good is, but then I decided not to. Did we all have a wonderful time this week? So, organising an LCA, and I've done this twice now, takes a considerable amount of work. Turns out, Joel has actually done 9 conferences in a row in the last 5 years. And Ben has done 6. I think you guys are crazy. So there's about a 2-year lead up in organising one of these, and we greatly appreciate the hard work and dedication that you have both put into this. So I'd like to invite both of these crazy people up. And on behalf of the speakers in Linux Australia, I'd like to give you these presents. Open them later, because my wrapping's terrible. So, for Ben. Thank you, Geneva.
Thank you.
So, next, the Rusty Wrench, presented by Mr. Josh Hesketh.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my privilege this year to be presenting the Rusty Wrench Award, named after the inaugural recipient, Rusty Russell, who unfortunately isn't here this week. For those unfamiliar with the award, it is the award given to outstanding and ongoing and amazing contributions to open source in Australia. Oh, that's what you're saying? It is tradition for it to fall apart. It's a feature to fit in your bag when you travel with it. So it is awarded to someone who has contributed immensely, not just in Australia, but worldwide, to the better commons for free software, open source, open hardware, and open technology. This year, so nominations come from the community, and this year we received 11 nominees, all very worthy of the award, of course, and the council and past recipients had to somehow figure that down to one, which is no easy task, as you can imagine. And this year the award goes to someone who's been at the conference for a long time, but in the community even longer. They have contributed to the Debian project, to open hardware, to open source, to GPG, key signing servers, a little bit of everything. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Jonathan Oxer. Congratulations, congratulations. We're being a little mean this year, but this is sprung on John. I'm guessing he didn't know it was happening, and therefore I'm going to put you on the spot even more and give you a chance to say some words.
Okay. My natural state is being speechless, so this makes it even worse. I had no idea this was coming, but thank you very much. I feel like I'm in a room of people who are all more worthy of this than I am. All I do is my little bit, but this community together does amazing things, so thank you very much.
I'm not going to talk as fast this time, it's fine. I'll try and be reasonably fast, because I am keeping you from ice cream. So I'm Lee, hi. I'm the conference director of PyCon Australia. PyCon AU is one of LCA's sibling conferences, and this year we are in the Adelaide Convention Centre from the 7th to the 11th of August. We are looking for sponsors. You can help make sure that we can make the conference happen, and we can bring together a community that's kind, inclusive, and technical and social. For the first time ever, PyCon AU, is offering sponsor booths. So if you're a sponsor and you've got some cool stuff that you want to show off, now you can. If you enjoy the mini-cons on Monday and Tuesday of this conference, why not run one? Our call for proposals for mini-conf or specialist track organisers is open now. On our website, you can find out all about the process and how to apply. We also have some cool new formats that we're going to announce soon, but I'm terrible at keeping secrets, so if you ask me about it at Time Zone BOF later, I'll probably tell you anyway. Also come to Time Zone BOF. Other than that, see you in Adelaide.
So there's a few people that go into the running of linux.conf.au, and I'd like to thank our session selection committee. They're responsible for accepting your proposals, reviewing them all, and then creating a great program. This time last year, this committee went through quite a significant refactor. You probably already noticed that they're now called the Session Selection Committee. Michael Still and Michael Davies did a wonderful job on the Papers Committee over very many years, and we'd like to thank them for their help with all of that. Gus and Lana, in taking over as chairs of this committee, have had to work out what actually has happened over all those many years and have tried their best to do this job for this year. Can we please have a round of applause for all of these people who helped out with the committee?
Thank you. If you were on the committee this year and are present, pop your hand up and have a look. Excellent. Just sort of say, huge thank you. Big, big thank you. Can I have another round of applause for them, please? They're amazing.
Yeah, sure. So I'd like to just talk through how the project worked this year. First of all, we now have a charter, which that URL or that QR code up there if you're interested. which talks through how we choose members of the committee, how we choose the chairs, and various other procedural matters like that. It's open to review. This is the first time we've run based on that. We're certainly open to feedback and interested in how we can refine the process further. How much do you want to do? You want to switch? We prepared this, of course. You can see here very well.
Huge amount of preparation. So when we were selecting the committee this year, we put an emphasis on including many voices. With different voices, we have some contrast. We have a range of technical abilities, we have a range of backgrounds, and we have more life experiences. It is a work in progress, as all great things are. The overall selection process starts with encouraging and actively soliciting as many great submissions as we can. We work with potential speakers to refine and clarify submissions before reviewing starts. Reviewing individual submissions takes place over a period of 6 weeks, and we end with a long face-to-face meeting whole day where we resolve all the open questions and cross-submission constraints, and eventually we emerge with a final schedule. This year we had 25 people on the committee, and for many on the committee it was their first time. From first-hand experience, it is actually really exciting to come to your first conference after having been on the papers committee, because you have had a hand in designing that conference. And if I may just call out what Adam said to me just before keynote opening on Monday, he says, "It feels like it's my conference." And it is such an exciting thing to go through. Sorry for calling you out, Adam. But I do just want to recognise and acknowledge the hard work of that team. It is a big job, but we really, really appreciate it. You can finish off. You can do the last one.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's a big amount of work. So we hope this process creates a more interesting, diverse, vibrant conference and certainly meets all of your needs. Please, feedback, tweaks as we go along. We all know how patches work and how we get to the right place by community involvement. So please follow up there. And feedback on the whole process is very eagerly sought. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to Lana and Gus. I want to give a huge thanks to our Code of Conduct team. They have a super important and completely unseen job during this conference. The people on their team often give up attending large parts of the conference to be able to serve this vital role, so I'd like to give them a massive round of applause. To our volunteers, can you all stand up where you are, please? We've got a large amount of people volunteering their time during this week. We're doing all of these different roles. I thank you for your time to help us run this conference. The artwork. I know this has come up as a question a little bit. So what we've been really impressed with as the organising team is the wide variety of things that people think the logo could be. I want to thank Tanya Walker for doing this for us. This set of icons and everything will be passed on to the next conference, and you've already seen Canberra's icon with the Parliament House. So this is the Gold Coast roller coaster. If you haven't checked out the theme parks, you might want to. I want to thank our keynotes, Dr. Sean Brady, Donna Benjamin, Associate Professor Vanessa Teague, and Lizzie O'Shea. I know that I really enjoyed each and every one of their presentations. I hope you did as well. To all of our mini-conf organisers, we had 12 wonderful mini-confs over in the first 2 days of this conference. So I want to call out all of these different mini-conf organisers. Please give them a wonderful round of applause for their work in setting this up for us. And Miniconf organisers, please come and see us after the closing because we've got your gift for you that you haven't received yet. Speakers. Of course, on the Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, we wouldn't have a conference without all of the different speakers. So a big round of applause to all of them for presenting at this conference this week. To the convention, excuse me, to the Convention Centre staff, you have done a wonderful job with us this week. It's been very easy to work with you, and I want to thank especially Margaret and Wade from the Convention Centre for their time helping us get this off the ground. Linux Australia, I want to thank them again for all of their hard work. Sarah and the council have done a wonderful job helping us throughout the year and given us lots of insight, so thank you very much for your help. To the core organising team, can you all come up here, please? And where's Russell? Probably dealing with money somewhere. Oh, here he comes.
Hey, whenever you're ready, Russell.
This team has worked with me since, well, for over 18 months now. We've had various people come on board along the way, and each and every one of you has helped us produce this week. We couldn't have done it without you all, and I really want to thank all of you for helping out to run it. Please give them a round of applause. So, you can stay up here.
No, they don't normally let me on the big stage.
It's all right. We've now reached the end of our closing. So I want to thank all of you for attending LCA 2020 on the Gold Coast. Now it's time for you to check out the beach while enjoying ice cream. So have all your badges on, turn up to our ice cream van in the park, show your badge, and you will get an ice cream to eat and enjoy the beach. Thank you for coming along, and we will see you in Canberra next year.